But how do we logistically make it work with both of us working full time? Let's break it down. This is a common question I get. And welcome to my new series, Travel Tuesdays, where I break down everything travel, how we do it, where we go, what I would recommend, and all the things. For reference, I work a traditional corporate style 9 to 5 job. I am fully remote, so that is a benefit. And my husband is full-time military. So how do we actually do this time-wise with traveling? Our kids are young enough that it doesn't matter for school right now. We take them whenever we want because they're just in daycare. I'm going to preface that I recognize that we are extremely blessed with what we have to work with in regards to our work and being able to travel. The company that I work for is extremely generous with their PTO system. When I first started at the company almost 10 years ago, we started off with 20 days a year plus paid holidays. The longer that you work at my company, you do get anniversary bonuses. I think it's something like every 5 years you get like an extra week and then you eventually cap out, which I'm pretty excited because this year is an anniversary year for me. My husband also gets a lot of PTO. That's something a lot of people don't talk about with the military, but they actually have really great PTO. I think it's like 25 or 30 days a year that they get of leave. It's a lot, but it also depends on what you were doing with your job at that time. If you're at a lot of trainings that year, it's going to be a lot harder to take that time off. It just kind of is what it is. Or deployments, stuff like that. It all factors in. We both definitely maximize our PTO. We do not take PTO when we are sick. We are both able to work remotely when we are sick. So we just stay home and keep working. If our kids are sick, same thing. We tag team it. We both take care of the kids if they are sick and just flip flop who's in meetings, who needs time to get work done. Whatever it might be, we just stay home. We also try to maximize the holidays. Since I get 10 federal holidays and he gets all the federal holidays, we do try to plan travel around that, but it can also be more expensive at that time. So that is just one way. If you are limited on your PTO, maximize your paid days off for holidays. But I'm also extremely strategic in how I use my PTO. So like I said, I don't take sick days. But what we do is we typically have a really big trip every other year. So we will do a 2 to 3 week trip every other year. And my PTO, it rolls over and then eventually expires depending on time of year. It's very complicated. I won't get into that. But on the years that I know that we are going to have a lot of travel, I try to roll as much over into the next months. And then once it's about to expire, I try to use that for those trips so that I bank up the rest of them, if that makes sense. With my husband's schedule, like I mentioned, it totally depends on what he has going on in his career at that time, depending on the year. There are years that we do not get to travel as much as we want, and that really sucks. It totally sucks, but it is what it is. It's just part of his job. So my top recommendation is maximize your holidays and use those first if you are limited on your PTO, and then save your PTO for those shoulder seasons when it's a little bit more affordable to travel. And come back next week as I break down how we actually do this financially.